over the top of one and underneath the other. So you're going to make a circle. If you've got tight hamstrings or not a lot of range of motion, just keep it long. I'll show you what we're going to do with it later and we can adjust it. But just so now, just avoid less faffing in the middle of the class. And then, yeah, we are going to stay down on our mats. Yeah, I just stood up just because it's easier for me to show you. Okay. Gosh. All right. Welcome to Yin. For those of you that might not have done Yin before, sit here so you can see me. You're going to love all the space up here, by the way, if anyone wants to change their mind about where they want to sit. So Yin is it's still a physical practice of yoga, but it is a passive, restorative version. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. So we'll be holding the poses for between 2 to 4 minutes. It's all floor-based. It's not active before you go, oh, 4 minutes. So Yin in itself is like a meditation in its own way. It's very simple, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. It's the sitting in the stillness that brings up the challenges or the opportunities or whatever you want to call them. So I'll be guiding you through most of it. There will be long periods of silence. I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just letting you be in it. We do it mainly with our eyes closed. So it's really a good way to notice. We get deep into the fascia. That's the time is the magic of Yin. And it's getting into the deep fascia, getting into those stories and unraveling the body. Okay. So we're going to start off on our backs. Do you start, Alex? So, in fact, let's go a bit, because you just said you're all tired, so let's not use those ones. Get the really light bolsters. So we're going to place it long ways on the mat. Yeah, right. So I can gently move it, and then it's... So you're going to lie on your back, or lie on the bolster, with the base of your spine just at the base of the bolster. Let the legs spread out wide. You can, if you like, place the soles of your feet together. This might be a bit much on your hips, and you're going to lie yourself back and open up your palms wide. This is a nice big front body opener. Just let the shoulders hang heavy, let the arms be heavy, palms facing up. And just really allowing the full front line of the body to open here as we ground ourselves down. If you have any bottles and things near you, I just advise to move them just so we don't knock anything over. And take a nice, long, deep breath in. Through the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Sip a bit more air, sip a bit more air. Exhale, release. Allow your palms to be up in a receiving gesture. And allow yourself to feel the connection of your body to the ground. Not just in the sense that you are lying down, but in the sense that you are being held up. Now, even this move in itself, as we begin the practice, can start to maneuver the energy in the body and start to trigger things that might go on in the mind. There might already be a certain amount of discomfort in this, especially if we do this first thing in the morning, where maybe if you're a side sleeper and you're kind of more in a fetal position, so the body's been compressed. So this is a beautiful way to open up the front line of your body in a really nice, beautiful, gentle way first thing in the morning. This class has been designed to be your reset class in the middle of your very active week. There's nowhere to be, nothing to do. You simply are. You simply are just here. Allowing yourself just to feel grounded down. Anchoring your breath into your body and anchoring your attention into your breath. In the class, we're going to explore the intention of peace. It's something, many of us might spend our entire lives searching for this peace. But we're taught that peace exists outside of us. Maybe it exists in the future, after that project is finished, or you get that house, that car, that partner, that job, whatever it is. Once the money arrives, the relationship improves, the project is finished. But what if peace isn't waiting for us in the future? What if peace just exists right here? Just underneath the layers of tension, the layers of striving, the worry, the mental noise. Peace isn't something that we create, it's something that we uncover. So just allow yourself in this practice to soften the habit of searching. And just allow yourself to be curious about what's already here. Notice if you're holding in the front line of the body, perhaps the fascia is starting to open already and you can feel a softness as you breathe. Inhale. Soften with your exhale. Every breath in is this invitation to bring in that awareness. Every exhalation is an opportunity to soften. Our breath is our life force. It's our bridge between the inner world and the outer world. And we can always use that. So your mind will inevitably wander. It happens. But you can use your breath to anchor you back into the body over and over and over again. Slowly start to come out of it. And remembering that the transitions between the poses are just as relevant as the poses themselves. So when you move, start to move mindfully and with intention, placing your forearms down, maybe you want to bend your knees and start to lift your head and slowly come up, just so that you can move the bolster to the side, go back onto your back and grab your strap. Just place your strap on your stomach. Extend your right leg long. And when you're ready, you're going to draw the right knee in towards your chest and interlace your hands on your shin. And you're not drawing the knee towards you. You're simply letting the gravity of the interlock of your hands and your arms be balanced on the shin. If your left hip flexor is a little tight here, you can always bend that knee if that feels more comfortable. Soften your shoulders. There's a tucking of your chin so that there's extension in the back of your neck. Roll out the right ankle. Point and flex the foot, wiggle the toes. Now lift the head and shoulders up. Take the strap in both hands. And you're going to flex the right foot and place the strap on the sole of the arch of the right foot. You're going to then place the strap around the back of your head. Now don't put the buckle at the back of your head. It's going to be really uncomfortable. This is where I shorten mine. Then you're going to rest the head and shoulders down, keep the knee bent and the foot flexed. So you're going to place the strap around the back of your head as though it were like a pair of goggles around a mask or something. Then let the arms be heavy by your side, palms facing up. Just rest in this posture for a moment. Breathe deep. And then exhale, extend into your right leg. Now, perhaps the knee stays slightly bent. Maybe you extend it all the way. And this is where you're going to want to decide, maybe you want to shorten the strap or maybe you want to lengthen. You should feel a really nice, juicy stretch in the back of the neck and in the back of the hamstring. I think you just want to place the strap a little bit higher, so that you feel the skull is being lifted away from the vertebra. There we go, yeah. And just bend your knee for me. Bend your knee, bend. Just gonna place it a bit more. There you go, okay, a bit more stability. Okay, so there shouldn't be any shaking or anything. If you're shaking, then you've gone too far. The only tension that exists is the tension on the strap, where you can almost seesaw. So if you put a little bit of pressure on the foot, you feel the extension in the back of the neck. And maybe if you let the head sort of go back a bit from gravity, you feel the leg comes towards you, so it's that seesaw action. And just soften your shoulders down again, inviting you to open up your palms towards the ceiling, giving yourself some space. Unlock your jaw, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let your palms be open. Relax your jaw. And just remember, when we do these postures or when we do these classes, it's easy to start to compare ourselves to what people around us are doing. I say comparison is the thief of joy. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you feel awkward, notice that that's coming up, those feelings, those sensations, that conversation that you're having with yourself. Because we're just stretching and moving the body. So why put judgment on ourselves of what we think we should look like, what we should be able to do? Because whatever you're doing is exactly perfect. We're going to slowly open your arms up wide. If you're a bit lacking on space, you can also bend at the elbows, or maybe if that's more comfortable. And you're going to gently start to gesture your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you're going to start to let the foot move over to the right-hand side, or the leg to the right-hand side. Maybe this is just a couple centimeters, a foot, maybe more. If you have the space, obviously you're welcome to go further and deeper. But deeper doesn't mean better. Be really mindful of your neck here. You might feel like when you do go to the side, you want to put some extension more on the strap. You really want to drop that left shoulder down. So notice if that left shoulder is trying to follow you. And your arms are extended so that your arms are creating the support so that you're not engaging into your core. And that's why we move bottles. So when we do yin, we go into these postures 40%, 50% of what you would usually do in an active class. We don't go in at 80%. We go in slowly. We allow the stillness and the time for the body to open of its own accord without forcing anything. And that can be quite challenging because you might be used to striving and pushing, especially if you're a really active person, and it's sort of go, go, go in the gym or the run or whatever it is. So this is the yin of that, which we need in our lives. We need the balance of both. But most of society tells us that rest is actually, laziness. We're indoctrinated into being always producing, go, 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 go. But rest, the yin of life, is imperative. You know, nature needs the winter, it needs things to die, it needs to hibernate in order to regenerate, regrow. And it's the same with us, same with our bodies, with our minds. The yang isn't bad. Activity or activeness is beautiful. And yet somehow we have forgotten about the rest, though. You know, you need the night to have the day, right? You need the moon and the sun. You need the polarities. Inhale, slowly come up to center. Move slowly. We're going to go over to the left-hand side. So soften your left ear towards your left shoulder. And gradually you're going to take that right leg over to the right. Now again, maybe it's just a few centimeters or inches, maybe a foot, maybe all the way. It's really going to be a great stretch for the IT band. Drop that right shoulder down. Be mindful of your neck here. Soften your breath. When you soften your breath, you'll notice where you can soften the body and vice versa. If you feel at any point this is too much, you are very welcome to bend that knee and go into a spinal twist with the knee bent instead. See if you can send the breath into any areas of resistance. Loosening your grip of control. And that's really where the transformation happens, you know, when we start to stop trying to control things and letting go. Let go a little bit of transformation happens. Let go a lot of transformation happens. Knowing that whatever will be, will be. Inhale, come all the way up to the center. Take the straps in both your hands. Bend the knee first, then take the strap from the back of the head. Drop the head and shoulders down. Remove the strap, but keep it next to you. You can give the knee a little squeeze over to the right-hand side if you like. And then you're going to take your right hand on your right knee and open up the right knee to the side and do some circles with that hip, drawing it in and out and down and in. Just sending some fluid into that fascia, into the space. And then extend the right leg long. Draw the left knee in. Interlace your hands on your left shin. And just settle here for a moment. Feeling a slight compression. You can roll out your left ankle. Point and flex the left foot. Wiggle the toes. Remember to keep that extension in the back of the neck so there's a slight tucking of your chin. It's very easy for us to always crunch into the back of the neck. Now you're going to flex that left foot. Lift the head and shoulders up. Take your strap in both hands. Place the strap on the center of the sole of the arch of the left foot. And then the strap goes behind your head as though it was a mask or something, ski mask, pair of goggles, whatever you want to call it. Make sure the buckle is in the back of the head because that's really not going to be nice. Arms by your side, palm facing up. Settle here for a moment. Don't rush into it. And then when you're ready, find the extension to your degree. Noticing perhaps maybe you have more space on this side. Maybe this is your more favored side, more flexible or strong or whatever. Perhaps not. Perhaps this is your, I don't like to say bad side, but it's more like your character building side, the side that needs a bit more love, a bit more attention. And notice how you acknowledge that side. You know, do you say this is my bad side or my good side? Simple wording or your internal narrative can really make such a huge difference and impact on your life. If you're someone that says, I always have tight shoulders, then you're always going to have tight shoulders. You know, I'm not good in relationships. I'm terrible with money. Words are spells. But if you say, I'm releasing my shoulders, I'm improving my relationship with X, Y, Z. You reframe that narrative, and that becomes the reality. Such a big difference. I always have tight shoulders. I'm releasing my shoulders. And you can apply that to anything in your life. Because whatever you think is. So when you actually begin to realize how incredibly powerful you actually are, each and every one of you are all beautiful manifestors. You can make magic. Open up your arms nice and wide for stability. We're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder and move the left leg to whatever degree you like to the left hand side. Softening the right shoulder down. Tapping into your breath again as a reminder. Coming back to your internal peace that's always there, ready to support you. The peace underneath the chaos. Just like the ocean, where on the surface there's waves and lots of movement, and as you go further deeper, you have all these different schools of fish, schools of thought, different currents. And then as you go deeper and deeper inside yourself, deeper and deeper into the ocean, you find this profound stillness, this peace that exists. Deep breath in. Through the mouth, let it go. Relax your jaw. Relax your expectations. Soften the muscles around your face. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Take a deep breath in. Then make your way to the right ear, right shoulder, left leg. Gently moves to your degree to the right. Letting the left shoulder drop down. Maybe it follows you. You don't have to activate and press it down. Maybe you stack the left hip on top of the right. And again, remember the bolsters, the props, they're all there to support us. So, you know, if you need to place one under your foot or your leg, you can do. And back to your breath. Inhale, slowly come up to center. Activate into the head and shoulders, bend the left knee, take the strap in both hands, remove the strap from the back of the head, place the head and shoulders down, remove the strap from your foot. Gently give that knee a bit of a squeeze. Take the left knee in the left hand and do some gentle circles with that knee, nice and slow, lubricating into that hip. And slowly taking your hands on each shin, rocking side to side, giving your back a little massage. And then making your way up to seated. Coming onto your sit bones. Coming into half hero pose. You're going to grab your one of your blocks, or maybe both, but let's see. Let me face this way. You're going to extend your right leg long. You're going to bend the left knee. And you're going to lean over to the right-hand side and take the left foot behind you. Oh, there's a little guy here. Hang on. I don't want to crush you, buddy. There we go. So take the foot underneath you. Then you're going to get the block, and place it under your right sit bone. Now, some people might not need the block. Maybe you want two. This is going to be a deep quad stretch. Quad stretch, yes. I was going to say quad string stretch. That's a hamstring. Okay. This is going to be also a really deep stretch for the top of the fascia of the feet. So if you have an ankle injury or old injury, you might be quite aware of this. If you feel like you need two blocks, please go for it. Okay. So placing your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the front of the room. I like to point that way. Maybe this is where you stay. And remember, don't go into it, because the magic in the yin is making it sustainable. So if you're going down at 80% and then you're moving up and you're fidgeting, it's kind of not defeating the point of it. So start off simple. Maybe you want to go further down. Maybe you want to place a block behind you, maybe because you want more height, or maybe you want to come onto your forearms on the blocks. You can even use the bolsters. So the props are there to help us. If you need more, give me a wave. We've got plenty extra, so I can always help you. Be mindful of pain in the knee. If anyone wants more blocks, let me know. Oh, okay. And then settle. Maybe you drop the head back, maybe you don't. I invite you to close your eyes down. Four minutes. And noticing when we get into the challenging postures where the mind goes. Knowing that we have that stillness inside of us. It's like when you're walking around all day trying to find your glasses and you're looking in every room and you're opening all the cupboards and you're like, oh my gosh, where are my glasses? Getting more and more frustrated with the situation. And it turns out they were on your head the whole time. So knowing the peace is always there. Maybe we're just looking in the wrong direction sometimes. And the stuff will come up. The body will speak to you. The fascia is this intricate network. It's like the fiber optics of the body. And over time, we accumulate stories, the stuck stuff in the body. It takes time to build these stories up. So it takes time to release it as well. It's not just one yin practice and the whole body's open and released. And when you do these, you might start to get annoyed or frustrated or bored. It's so normal. So just see if you can observe that. Use your breath to just observe what's happening without the attachment to what's happening. A few more long, deep breaths. Okay, wherever you are, move mindfully. See if you can resist the urge to fidget as we do this, because you're going to have a lot of blood flow rushing into that leg. So gradually make your way up, take your time. You're going to lean over to the left to remove the block from underneath your right glute. Return onto the right glute. Use your hands to slowly maneuver that leg lengthways and just sit with it. See if you can just notice the sensations. You can close your eyes and place your hands next to you in Dandasana. Feel the echo of that posture without the need to shake it out or move it. Just feel it. Now we're going to the other side. Leaning to the left, bending the right knee, taking the right foot behind you so it goes underneath your right sit bone, placing the block underneath the left glute. And again, maybe noticing how this side is maybe more favorable, or perhaps there's more challenge here because of mechanics of the body or injuries. So you can take a breath here and then maneuver your way into whatever posture you want. Maybe you place your hands down, maybe you go onto the blocks, maybe you go all the way down, and maybe you don't even need a block. Again, another great posture to remind ourselves not to compare ourselves to each other, just to be present in whatever's going on with you. Deep breath in, deep breath out, soften. The magic is in the time, it's not the effort. Yin is the feeling of the things. The active classes is the doing, and this is the feeling. It's the being. It's allowing the fascia that time to start to open without force, with intelligence. And the body is an intelligent system. And there's moments of silence. It's not emptiness. It's full of information. We just need the stillness to be able to start to listen.
Long, deep breath. Soften your face. Soften the muscles around your eyes, your forehead. Relax your jaw.
A few more deep breaths. Slowly coming up onto your hands if you're further down. Leaning over to the left first, taking your right hand on your right thigh and gently maneuvering that right leg in front of you, and then removing the block from underneath your sit bone. Legs are extended in front of you. Place your hands by your side. Just take a moment, close your eyes. Okay, now coming into butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Placing the soles of your feet together and opening up the knees wide. Now, in an active class, we would be trying to get the heels super close to the groin and making a tiny little diamond. No, make a nice wide diamond. You don't want to be holding the knees high up here. So, you're going to place your blocks in front of you. Some people prefer to have the bolster and hug it. So if that's what you prefer, go ahead. And you're going to place the blocks in front of you. Now, sometimes people like to place the blocks on the feet for stability because it depends on your personal preference on your lean. But what we are going to do, I'm going to demonstrate just like this. Placing your hands on your shins. Root your sit bones down, lengthen your spine, and just soften your shoulders. So just feel that connection to the ground. Feel the connection to your spine. Now we start to gently lean forward, leading with the chest. Bless you. Tuck your chin, and then you're going to rest your head down on your blocks. Now, again, maybe this is where you're at, and then you can start to round the spine. So unlike an active class where we'd be lengthening, engaging, pulling ourselves down, we're simply going to rest our forehead on the block. So whatever height you're at, feel yourself being held up by the blocks. Feel that intentional support. Soften your shoulders. Breathe into your hips, release your hips. Notice if you're holding your knees up. Now you're welcome to hold onto your feet. Maybe if you want, you can just extend the arms in front of you with the palms facing up in a beautiful restorative and receiving gesture. So find the posture that speaks to you. Working a lot into our legs and our hips today. Really opening up the hips is so key for your mobility. And for this week, for your surfing, popping up is so important. So by opening up those hips, you're creating that space you need to maneuver yourself on your board. And obviously in life. Just noticing how quickly the mind wants to move when we go into periods of silence. how it wants to plan or evaluate or compare or solve. Can you just allow yourself to just arrive exactly as you are? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nice. And slowly start to bring yourself up. Removing the props and placing them at the front of the mat. You might want to have your bolster here as well. So let's move that. So we're going to roll over our shins, come into tabletop position, stacking your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Placing maybe the blocks in front of you, maybe the bolster. You're going to maneuver your right foot in line with your right hand. So you're coming to lizard pose. So I don't mind, in an active class, I'd be like, okay, stacking your knee above your ankle. Don't let it come out. If you want to let the knee split out, you can. That's so fine. This is the position. Now, maybe this is already too much and you want to place your hands on the blocks. Maybe you want to come down onto the blocks into your forearms. Maybe you want to take your bolster. Maybe you want to place your forearms on your bolster with your head resting on the block. I mean, I always encourage having your forehead, your third eye resting on something for that support. You find what works for you. Just remember, we're going to be here for a while, so make it accessible and sustainable. Maybe you have your hands down and the block is high up. Now this is definitely can be quite a character building one, so use your breath, untuck your back toes if they're tucked. Allow the fascia of the top of the foot to open. Now this hip opener is definitely one for the books. Breathe. Soften your shoulders. A few more deep breaths, you got this. Notice the resistance that might be coming up. Soften where you can. Use your breath. Slowly start to come out of it. Start to press the hips back. Move slowly here, extending your right leg for a moment. You can flex that right foot up towards the ceiling. And then take that right leg back so that you're in tabletop. Do a couple of circles with that hip, should feel really nice. Maybe if you want to extend the leg back and move into the fascia of the toes, you can. Just do whatever your body needs in this moment before we go to the next side. All meeting in tabletop. And moving to the next side, so left foot will come on the outside of the left hand. Maybe you want to use your hand to move the foot. And finding your position. So maybe you stay here, maybe you drop the hips a little bit lower. Maybe you come onto the bolster, place your hands, maybe you have the block. And again, when we do this, you'll notice, okay, maybe this side has a bit more space, or maybe it needs a bit more love. Relax the head down, no tension in the neck. Create the space. Relax your head down, relax it down. Just, yeah. Returning to your breath. Breathe into your heart space. Breathe into your electromagnetic center. Feel that breath of life through your entire body. Place your hands down on the mat. And slowly shift the hips back. Extending into that left leg, and you can flex the left foot up if you like. And then take that left knee behind you, coming to tabletop, and do gentle circles with that left knee, isolating the movement at the hip, one direction and then the other. And maybe you extend that left leg back. And do any movements that you might feel like you might need. It's quite nice also to rock the hips. Maybe you want to do circles. You can even drop the hip to the left and then the right. Liquid body work, so allowing the fluid to go into that space that we've made. And then slowly coming onto your shins, crossing over them and sitting on your glutes, extending the legs in front of you. Coming into the center of your mat, placing the bolster sideways and under your knees, or maybe even a little bit higher, maybe slightly more like underneath your thighs if that's more comfortable. Let the knees splay out. Come down onto your backs. Palms face up. Draw the shoulder blades together. Shavasana. Take a nice long deep breath in together for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Sip a bit more air. Sip a bit more air. Exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath in. Sip a bit more, sip a bit more. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Surrender. As you settle into the stillness, just allow everything to become effortless. Nothing to manage, nothing to solve, nothing to improve. Just notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath in your chest. Notice that in this moment, everything is being held. And beneath your thoughts, beneath the responsibilities, beneath the stress, beneath the stories, notice the quiet presence that remains. The stillness that's always been there. A peace that was never dependent on circumstances. Just a peace that was waiting to be remembered. Peace isn't a destination, it's a relationship. One breath, one moment, one choice at a time. Slowly coming back into your bodies, drawing your attention to your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking your arms up above your head and give yourself a nice big stretch. And gently making your way over onto your right side into the fetal position. Maybe use your right arm as a pillow. One of the most comforting positions. It's the first shape we ever make, the shape of creation, the shape we are created in. When you're ready, slowly coming up to a comfortable seat, I invite you to place your hands at your heart center if you like. Feeling the connection to your breath, your body, and the knowledge and the connection to the inner peace that's inside of us all the time that we have access to. Take a nice long deep breath in. Bow your head down, exhale. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you this morning. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.